everybody, it's time for another Timmy time! In today's message, we're going to be talking about how Jesus brought somebody back from the dead. That's right, Jesus raised somebody from the dead, and his name was Lazarus. So the Bible says that Lazarus was sick. Mary and Martha, the sisters of Lazarus, took care of him when he was sick. Let's pretend for a minute that we're sick. oh, I'm so sick. I think I'm running a temperature. I think that was probably a little dramatic of me. But even though Mary and Martha took good care of their brother Lazarus, he kept getting sicker and sicker. Some went to tell Jesus that his good friend Lazarus was very sick. The Bible tells us that Jesus loved Lazarus and Martha and Mary. But Jesus didn't hurry to Lazarus' house to heal him. Instead, Jesus said that what was happening would show how great God is. So Jesus waited 2 days to go see Lazarus. While Mary and Martha were waiting for Jesus to arrive, Lazarus got so sick that he died. But that wasn't the end. When Jesus was getting near the town where Mary and Martha lived, Martha ran out to meet him. Martha said, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." Jesus said to her, "Your brother will rise again." Martha said, "I know he will rise again in the resurrection at the last day." And then Jesus said something amazing to Martha. In fact, what Jesus said is our key verse, and it's recorded in John 11:25. Jesus said to her, "I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me will live, even though he dies." Then he asked Martha if she believed in him, and Martha said yes. Martha said, "I believe that you are the Christ, the Son of God, who was sent to come into the world." Martha hurried back to her house and told her sister that Jesus had come. When Mary heard that Jesus was near, she ran out to meet him. She fell at his feet and said, "Lord, if you had been here, my brother would not have died." When Jesus saw Mary and the other Jews who had come along with her were crying, he was deeply troubled. He asked, "Where have you laid him?" "Come and see, Lord," they replied. Jesus cried as they led him to the tomb where Lazarus had been laid. When they got to the tomb, Jesus told them to move the stone away from the door. "But Lord," Martha said, "by this time the tomb might smell bad, because he has been dead for 4 days." Jesus said, "Did I not tell you that if you believed, you would see the glory of God?" So they took away the stone, and Jesus looked up to heaven and prayed. Then he said in a loud voice, "Lazarus, come out!" Lazarus came out with his hands and feet wrapped in strips of linen and a cloth around his face. Jesus said, "Take off the grave clothes and let him go." Did Lazarus, Mary, and Martha experience hope in today's Bible passage? In what ways do you have hope in Jesus? What can we do to experience more hope in our lives through Jesus? Jesus brought Lazarus back to life after he died, and Jesus promises that if we believe in him, we'll have life, even after we die. That means that because we believe in Jesus, we can live with him forever in heaven, even though our bodies may die. That's important news for people who know Jesus. Jesus gives us hope. In a way, when Lazarus stepped out of the tomb to new life, he was sort of like a butterfly coming out of its cocoon. However, there's a lot more meaning to this passage. Eventually, Lazarus had to die again, even though the Bible doesn't tell us about that. But death, no doubt, was still defeated by Jesus' power, allowing us to live forever with Jesus. It is in that power that Jesus gives us hope. Jesus bringing Lazarus back to life from death showed that death does not have the final word when we believe that Jesus gives us hope. I think this message really gave me hope, and gave you some too. I'll see you all next week.